How's everybody doing out there? I'll give everybody a couple of minutes to get on. 5 o'clock. Hope everybody's enjoying this little run. Actually, maybe we should call this big run. Can't even say this little run anymore. Hey, Ben, how's it going, buddy?
Good, John. How we doing?
Doing good. Well, we got the Yankee cap on today.
Yes, sir.
All right, Yankee cap.
Yeah, pretty big Yankees fan. I also got the stadium behind me.
Okay. See, that's the one thing. Let's throw this out there right away. The one thing that you cannot be, if you're a bettor, is a fan.
Yep.
Now, I grew up, so I'm 59 years old. I'm an old guy. So I grew up the late 60s, early 70s. New York, 5 minutes away from Shea Stadium. Tom Seaver was my hero. By the early 80s, when Tom Seaver came back to the Mets, towards the end of his career, I was already in my early 20s. And although he was my hero, when he pitched, I bet against him because he wasn't Tom Seaver anymore. And that line was always adjusted because of the name. Things were different than they were then. It was a lot easier to steal a number. People just didn't know what they knew today. But anyway, just a quick lesson. You don't bet with your heart. You just can't bet with your heart.
Yeah, I don't bet on the Yankees too much. They're usually not on a good price. This past season, they had that 15-game, 14-game win streak. I was on them a couple of times during that run, but other than that, I usually stay off.
Baseball we'll talk about another time because we'll really get in depth. As me and Ben actually were just touching base how I do my baseball, but we'll do that at another time. We got so much to do with first we got to do a lot of fucking bragging. We're gonna brag. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Ben's gonna pat himself on the back. He gave you guys 4-1 college to start. That's only 80%. If you guys do
just 80.
So our basketball, our NBA run is now up to 19-1. That's a ridiculous, insane 95%.
Ridiculous.
Look, guys, just so you know, I'm a real fucking capper. It ain't gonna last. I'm not trying to sell you guys. You would take anybody else that's having this run, and they'd be out there publicizing this shit. But yeah, it's 95%. It's 95% over 10 days. It is an absolute unsustainable run. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to win because we're going to do a lot of fucking winning, but we're not going to win at 95% because it's just impossible. But right now, while we're fucking red hot, here's where you guys are always talking about units. And, we make fun of J.A. Cavalier. He's always a max play, max pot. It's not ever a max. You're not maxing your whole bankroll. You want to bet a percentage of your bankroll, but that should fluctuate. Just the way if I'm shooting dice, if I've already hit 3 points, I'm not betting my same 75 pass line and 250 back. I'm already up to 750 and $2,000 behind. So as we're getting hotter, you should be increasing your bet a little as your bankroll's increasing. So this is when you're hot. You want to strike while the iron's hot. Another old saying. You strike while the iron's hot, and the fucking iron is hot right now. It doesn't get much hotter than this. What separates us? Anybody can have a hot streak. You can flip a coin, and it can come out tails 10 times in a row. But that doesn't mean that they know what the fuck they're doing. You guys know that we do. That's the whole purpose of giving you a preview and talking about giving you our breakdowns and what we feel about the game, not just telling you, go bet this. Now, you get that when you get our text service. Just because we want speed. I can't start giving you a breakdown and say why. Like the other night, I'm getting ready to go out to get myself a bite to eat. Ben's man in the fort. Just before I'm ready to walk out the door, he hits me with Roethlisberger. Just got the COVID, tested positive for COVID. So I'm getting this message out to you guys. So right away, we want you to go we'd already told you bet the Lions. So I sent out the text to the VIP members. Hope everybody's got a lot of money on the Lions. Big Ben's got COVID. And my next text follows it right up. I like under 42. Want to get you that information as quick as possible. That's the most information I'm gonna give you on a game like that. I can't give you a breakdown, like why we're betting why we bet the Chiefs last night over the Raiders. That's what the website's for. Go to the website, read the breakdown there.
Hey, John, there's a good question down in here. It says, how do you calculate over-under? Do you have a separate rating system?
Well, it's not a rating system. It's math, but it's not a rating system. And it's how the teams are playing. That's why you'll notice in the previews, I'll use like Team X has gone over 5 of the last 6 times. I use the way when the teams meet, whether it be football or baseball, head-to-head tells me a lot about how they play the game with each other. You got 2 fast-paced teams in basketball. Chances are the total is going to be higher. And when I use like the example, 5 of the last 6 have gone over, 6 of the last 7 have gone over. But it's telling me the line makers haven't caught up yet. If the games keep going over, the line makers have not caught up to what that total should be. Now that doesn't mean make an automatic bet, because sometimes they're adjusting, or there's not enough room there. The totals I'm not going to go through to explain to the fine detail. It's too tough. Our sides, nice and easy. You go on my website. You got my power ratings there. You take the home team. You take the road team. You get the difference. There's your base number. Again, guys, we talk about this a lot. There's your base number. It doesn't include things like revenge, who's in back-to-back, 5th and 7. Injuries, obviously, is a huge part of that. It's your base number. So that's why, like a lot of times, I don't want you guys getting out over your skis. You see a big difference in a number, and you jump on it, and you're like, well, why is he bet? Well, if I'm not betting it, there's a reason I didn't bet the game. I'll give you an example of that game actually right now. So we got the Nuggets at the Mavericks. Now, you guys have heard me talk about revenge factor, and earlier this year, the Nuggets blew out the Mavs by 31 in Denver. So this is a huge revenge spot for Dallas. But they've overpriced the line. If you go to my ratings, I only got the Mavericks at home rated 0.4 of a point better than the Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets are on a back-to-back, but they totally cruised last night in an easy game against Portland without Lillard. So the line they've got now is 4. They got 5.5 now on that line. So even with me giving a couple of points for the revenge, it just wasn't enough. I don't have the edge there. So that's a game that, like I said, it's there, but it doesn't make sense. It's got to make sense to me with my ratings, with my number, and the spot, or one or the other. It can't be the numbers are against you, but the spot is for you. I pass, guys. There's a million games to bet. That's the other thing we always say. You look every fake capper out there is always going to give you every Monday night football game, every Thursday night football game, every Sunday night football game. That's their selling point. I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to give you just what I bet. Nothing else. I'm not trying to sell. Again, we got another Monday night game, and I probably don't have a bet on it. This game, I make close to 3.5 as it could be. So I don't have a bet on it. So I'm not here to sell you. What else we got? What else? Do we got anything in there, Ben?
No other comments so far, but yeah, I agree with you on that. As far as tonight, I mean, it's, in my opinion, a coin flip game, coin flip spread. There's no reason to take that. I mean, yes, Rams are the better team, but the Niners have recent success, and Rams struggle to play against the 49ers. Divisional battle, you kind of have to separate recent history. So just a tough game tonight, and I definitely think there's better value in college basketball and NBA. Look,
I can make a site for both teams.
Yeah.
49ers haven't won a game at home this year. Haven't won or covered a game at home. But the 49ers, like I said, they've won and covered the last 4 meetings against the Rams. So I can make a side for either or. Rams last week in another prime time against the team, Tennessee, just lost the best running back in the last 5 years, and they didn't even show up. he played horrible Stafford last week. So I can make a game an argument for both sides. Not interested in the game, like you said. A lot better games. What I want to do want to talk about a little bit, okay, is what our VIP service is worth as compared to the website. And I just want you guys to know, $19.99, guys, is a great deal for the website. I mean, really, for the information I give you, just the ratings alone, the previews, I mean, predictions also. But I cannot get that. I can't get it posted any earlier than 11 o'clock. Where our VIP members, all I've got to do is shoot them out a text. So at 8:45 this morning, I was shooting out a text, Wizards -3. Now, I know that line isn't going to be 3 by 11 o'clock. I'm in this game too long. That's why I told you. I read what's out there. I've showed you guys a million times the Don Best screen, and I'm looking at lines through all the casinos and all the major offshore books. And I'm watching how the line's operating and how it's reacting in the morning. I know if I've got to get a bet in before 9 o'clock, or I can wait a little bit if they're going to push the line the other way. So, again, I don't know what's in your budget. I'm not here trying to sell you. If you're a $25 bettor, all I can tell you is stay on the website and just keep hitting refresh. But if you want to
add on to that,
go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say about the VIP package. I mean, just in this last week with the Lions play, got them at +9 to VIP clients right away. That closed at 5.5. I mean, with that Celtics Cavs game the other day, I'm
sure.
Yeah. I mean, just in the last 3-4 days, I've seen about 4 or 5 plays that you've had at least minimum 4 or 5 point edge just based on the VIP clients getting that text right away. So
look, the other day it was actually still 3. When I said take Cavs +3, even at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock was still 3. But that game actually closed. The closing line, the official Vegas closing line, was Cavs 2.5. It was actually 2.5 because I go by what Don Best puts as the official closing line. Again, this is the service. That's what I'm telling you. How to beat the bookie, guys, is just more than predictions of games. It's a service. I'm here Saturday night. Again, when we went down big in the Celtics game, I'm watching that game. I'm like, you know what? We're coming back in this game. I'm pressing at halftime. Okay? So now with the VIP service, you're getting that text message right to your phone. If you don't have the VIP service, you've got maybe that 12, 15-minute window for halftime that you got to be lucky enough by the time I post it that you refresh and see it. I pressed the Celtics at halftime. Also that night, I waited on the Dre Green information for Golden State. As soon as I got that, I said go ahead with Golden State, and that was another blowout. So that's if you gave up on if you thought I was done for the night, because I tell you, we're never done. We're always working. If you gave up for the night, you missed 2 bets. The VIP service pays for itself right there. Go ahead, Matt.
Yes.
And I apologize. I don't know why I keep calling you Matt.
Okay.
Ben, I apologize because we actually talked about the other day, and I was like, no. I said, what I think's got a great to it is Ben's bets. So maybe why don't we go with what Ben's bets? I know the guys are dying to hear a little college what you got in store for them for tonight. So take over. I'm going to go clear my throat a second.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, guys, so I do have some college plays today, a couple of college basketball. The first one is in this Marquette, Illinois game. I have Marquette +8 now. People are pretty high on Illinois this year. I am as well, but this is the 3rd game now that their best player, Kofi Cockburn, he is going to be out with a suspension, so that's a big loss in itself. Both these teams are 2-0 in their first couple of games this season, but the big thing here for me is the defensive adjustments Marquette is going to make this season, first off, and secondly, the head coach that we have brought in now for Marquette. I mean, they had, if you guys don't know who it is, it's Shaka Smart. He was the head coach at Texas for the last 7 years. Actually left last season with his best record he ever had at Texas. They won the conference tournament, got into the NCAAs. And this coach was a very defensive-minded coach, which is something this Marquette team needed. They were outside the top 60 last year in defensive ratings. You look at who they're bringing back as far as some of their players. They have Justin Lewis, who's averaging 17 points, 11 rebounds. He is their best high-scoring returning player. They also have Daryl Morsell, who is a transfer from Maryland, and he's averaging 23 points per game. At the end of the day, 8 points is just too much for Marquette at home, considering Illinois is without their best player, and this Marquette team is revamped with a new coach, new roster, new transfers. It is a bit of a rebuilding year, quote unquote, but they have this game circled. They did not cover the spread in the first 2 games, but I think that this game tonight against Illinois was the big game on the schedule they were looking at in this opening week of the season. Wouldn't be surprised if they get the upset. Now, this next game we have is North Texas versus Buffalo. I actually like North Texas -1. Or actually, on the money line, you can take it -1. It opened up at +2.5. Now, this is a very similar game to the Iowa State game I gave out last week, in the sense that people are very high on Buffalo, much like people are very high on Oregon State. Buffalo had a big game against Michigan where they only lost by 12. They covered the spread +13, which is pretty good for the 16th in the country. But this game, as a team, Buffalo did not play well. They had 32 points off 14 of 22 from their best player, Janethan Williams. Outside of him, they shot 18% from 3 and 30% from the field. If you're going to be dependent on one guy putting up 30+ on 55% shooting, that's going to give me some worries. I mean, we have North Texas, who's 5-2 against the spread, last 7, home favorite. 80% of the money right now, or 80% of the bets on Buffalo. And as John says, public money does not move lines. Sharp money does. And that sharp money is coming in North Texas. That's why this line has moved to -1, even with all the public bets on Buffalo. The defense for North Texas, another key thing I want to note. They shot 30% from the field outside of Williams last game. North Texas last year was 8th in the country in holding teams to just 61.7 points per game, 57.7 at home. Their assistant coach, Ross Hodge, he's their defensive-minded guy. He's been holding them top 30 in most every single defensive category the last 5 years. And I think that's going to be the big factor here tonight against Buffalo. So I like them money line or -1.
Feeling strong about those, Ben? Those are another couple of winners.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty confident in those. Marquette +8 and North Texas on the money line. I love those plays.
Here you go. All right, guys. Quick, I'll just run down what we see with injuries so far tonight. And as I had mentioned before, I laid, and I had our VIP members lay Wizards -3 first thing this morning. I think they're overcompensating. Bradley Beal, he'll be out again tonight for the Wizards. They've got a nice little team, though, besides them. They play some defense. And I just think they overcompensated, made the line a little too much. Ingram came back for the Pelicans. He only played 25 minutes. Pelicans is still not a good team. And I like the Wizards. Wizards have beaten them at least 8 in a row at home. I just didn't get the whole figure, but they've beaten them at least 8 straight in Washington. So like I said, they overcompensated with Beal being out. Beal was in. That game's closer to 9 points to me. For the Celtics, you guys know we bet the Celtics the other night. We bet the Cavs the other night against the Celtics. And part of that was because most of it was they were back-to-back in overtime, and they had to do travel, where the Cavs had an easy game the night before and stayed home. But also, I kind of felt that Horford wouldn't play back-to-back. He wound up not, but also Jay Rich was out. They're both back tonight for the Celtics. Bad break for the Cavs, though. Jared Allen, he's ill. He's probably not going to play. Ben, looks like I lost you, so try to get back in here. Jared Allen looks like he's doubtful. They're a little short-handed up front. Kevin Love's been out, and Markkanen's been out because of COVID. So he's out there. Nothing big up until the Atlanta Hawk game. Suggs is actually questionable for Orlando. And I've got DeAndre Hunter for the Hawks. He's undergoing wrist surgery. He's going to be out at least 2 months. Let me see if I got my man Ben back. Bogdanovich also questionable for the Hawks. There you go, Ben. Okay, Denver Nuggets. Barton, he's doubtful. For Phoenix, Ayton again, he's questionable. He's been out about the last 5 games. Jimmy Butler is questionable tonight. He's missed the last 2 games. The Toronto game is actually a mess. You've got Van Vliet is questionable for Toronto. He missed their last game. Lillard missed last night for Portland. He's also questionable. So how to beat the bookie members and VIP members, just be on your seat. We'll be looking at that one. If Lillard's out, Van Vliet's in. You know, easy. We're going to be going with Toronto. So keep your eyes open to that one. And Kobe White will make his first appearance. He'll come back for the Bulls, and they can actually use him. They're a little short-handed. Not that he replaces Vucevic in any way. Vucevic's your center, but gives you another body. So, and they've been playing small anyway. So that's, and I'll just give you, LeBron is nowhere close to being ready. They're saying he hasn't even had contact drills yet, so he's still out. That's your NBA. I won't even attempt NFL till sometime Tuesday or Wednesday.
We got a couple of things below. Matt's asking about the Pacers versus the Knicks. Interested in the Pacers plus 3.5 is his question.
Okay. I did my numbers. Another good example. My numbers don't make the Knicks that much higher at home. You guys had to beat the bookie members. You've seen me bet against the Knicks at home the last 2 times. I had the Cavs against the Knicks on a Sunday. I think it was +8. And we had the Bucks against the Knicks last time they played home. Not sold on the Knicks, especially at home. Only reason I'm not betting against them here, again, a little bit of revenge. Last week was 10 days ago. Pacers whipped them up pretty good by 13 in Indiana. So you give the Knicks a little revenge, and I'm a little closer to that. Excuse me, to that 3.5 number. It's a tight game. It's not just a game I don't want to get involved. Like I said, the numbers say the Knicks. The numbers say Indiana. The spot says the Knicks. I leave that game alone. Big cards. I've already got 2 games out there. So if you guys had to beat the bookie members, I just added one shortly before we came on the live.
I was just going to add on to that. I'm not touching that game either, but just some trends that are kind of interesting for the Knicks. Their last 6 games, 5 of them have gone under. For the Pacers, last 6 games, 5 of them have gone under. And the last 8 times these 2 teams have faced off, 6 of those have gone under. So a lot of under trends in recent play for both teams and recent history in their matchups if you're looking for something, but I'm not touching that game.
Ben, this is what I'm going to tell you guys now. I did not give Ben any of that information. This is why I found Ben. This was a great find by me. So Ben is right on the numbers there with the under in this game. Problem is this. This game opened at 217 and immediately went down. I would have went under in this game if I could have got 217. By the time I was even ready to send it out to my VIP guys, it was already down to 215. I waited to see if they would push it back up at all. They didn't. It just continued to go down. So Ben is right on the number. For me to be on totals, I got to have the best number. And I just can't I couldn't pull the trigger when the opener was 217, and I was already 2 points the worst. But that was the bet. The right side, guys, is under. Let me. This will bring me to another thing, guys, because it'll also bring me to buying numbers, because you guys say, well, why don't you just buy it back up? And I want to explain what the whole situation is buying. Every half point, that's why, again, like I'm saying with the Wizard game today, if you're a VIP member, as opposed to waiting, you laid 3 as opposed to waiting and laying 4.5 on the website, that's 1.5 points. Each half a point. Now, it might not make a difference on this particular game, but over the course of the season, that's what's going to make you successful or not successful. So when you're buying a point, you're already, when you're laying $1.10, you already have to win 52.4% of your bets. Okay? When you buy a half a point, so now you're laying $1.20. Now you've got to win 54.5% of your bets. When you lay $1.30, you got to win 56.5% of your bets. So you see where this trend is going. It's hard enough to hit 50% of your bets. When you start buying numbers, and then you say, well, I won't buy them on all of them. Okay, so you're the genius that's only going to buy them when it counts. Don't buy numbers. The juice will eat you up over the course of time. So the same thing with buying the numbers. Each half point better that you get on the number, that increases your chances of winning. Again, I told you from the beginning, told you guys a long time ago, you beat the number, you beat the game. And I fucking kill the number. I mean, there's games sometimes you just get shocked if we didn't win a game, but we're going to beat the number. We're going to win our share of the games. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely. Especially back to that buying points. Some comments down below. We have some college comments. ASU spread. Cal Poly -3. LeVar flips as far as that.
They're giving their own games, huh?
Yeah, they're just listing things off. ASU spread. I mean, it's hard not to like a plus 39-point spread, but I mean, it's against Gonzaga, and I don't want anything part of that game just because they're the type of team that can win by 50, 60 plus if they're on that night. So I'm not touching that game. Down below, we have an NBA question. Will Portland beat Toronto?
I just touched on that, guys. It's an injury game on both sides. Van Vliet questionable for Toronto. Lillard questionable for Portland. Let me know who's playing, and I can give you a better answer. Portland did beat them both games last year, but they only beat them by 1 in Portland, and they beat them by 5 at Toronto. Portland's in a little bit of a back-to-back coming from Denver, but Toronto's got a little stress also. They're playing in their fourth city in 6 days. Always good to read my my write-ups, guys, on the website. That's a tough game. Again, the injuries, that'll make me decide if I like anybody. I'm not saying I'm automatically betting anybody, but if they're both in, that's a no bet for me.
Bryce Oliver is asking about first touchdown score tonight. I mean, that's just an absolute wild card bet if you want to have one. But I mean,
go to a fake handicapper for that. Let them fucking throw it. Yeah. I've seen it come to the things they put all these dog biscuits out, and they attach names to each of them, and they see which one the dog picks it, and that's who they go with the first time scorer. So good luck with that. You'll make the bookies very happy by making those plays. I can assure you that.
Question here from Page of Plays. What do you think about Timberwolves' first half?
Okay, so I don't really use the first half model, except on occasion. If any of the guys that had to beat the bookie members. So one of my games yesterday was the Seattle Green Bay total. I went under, and the reason was you had 2 quarterbacks that had both just coming back. You had Wilson, who'd been out since the Ram game. I'm guessing it was 4 or 5 weeks he missed. And Aaron Rodgers had been away from the team for the last 2 weeks because of COVID. So you get the most important guy on the offense have both been out. And it looked it. If you guys watched the game, they were out of sync. And I actually said that on the website. I expect both quarterbacks to be out of sync, especially in the first quarter and first half. So something like that where your quarterback is missing or a top scorer is missing for a few days, it's going to take them a while to get back into the groove. And that was right on with that game. But other than that, I don't do that. As far as the game itself, Suns are red hot. Suns started off a little slow this year, and they're looking more and more like the team that went in the NBA, played for the championship last year. They're red hot right now. Last couple of games were 2 blowouts. Blew out Memphis at Memphis, blew out Houston at Houston. This game I was really on the edge of laying. Suns are in a back-to-back. Just I make this game a little higher. Just not enough room to bet. If I would lay 3 on this game. That was my number that I wanted to lay. I didn't get to lay 3 though.
Hey, shout out Spencer. He said he just put money on Marquette in North Texas. Best of luck, Spencer. If you want to ride that out with us here at Better Media, we're going to be streaming tonight for Monday Night Football, college basketball, NBA. So we'll be keeping up with all those games, maybe getting some live lines at some points to maybe head some plays depending on what point we can get a nice window. So we will be looking for that tonight. Coming out with us, man. We got another question here, John. This one is about the VIP issue. They're having some issue as far as they're asking who to contact. I believe you contact on the website to the account management. So you go to manage account and there should be a tech number. Correct, John?
Yes, look, guys, look. I love all the DMs. I really do. Guys, I can't answer them all. You guys are driving me absolutely insane. So if it is any issue with the website, I'm an old guy. You don't think I know how to fix a computer, do you? Call the tech. Just go to the manage account page. I've got the best tech in the world. And for you guys that are going to try to get over on us, here. So somebody claimed to PayPal, oh, we don't know what this is. So my tech snapshotted 15 different times that he was on the website. PayPal gave me back my $59.99, okay? So She is the best in the business. She will get back to you, give her some information. Don't text me that you're down or this or that. Usually it's on your end. Everybody's working. If there's ever a time that the website is out and everybody's down, I will definitely make an Instagram video just to let everybody worry, hey, sorry, and we're working at it. It's not down. It's probably a problem on your end. But in case, go to manage account. The number's on top. Shoot her a text. She will get back to you in a timely fashion. Don't text, don't DM me for that. And as much as I appreciate all the accolades, guys, throw them on my page. You know, it's great to see, but just throw them on my page. Every time I answer that DM, I'm taking my eyes off the screen. So I'm trying to work. I'm trying to put a lot of hours in. Again, I appreciate it. Just throw those DMs on the screen. What the DM should be, if you want to find out about what the service costs or whatever, hey, that's great. As soon as I can get to it, I'll get to it. But you guys absolutely can't ask me. I've got I don't know how many texts I got today between 11:15 and 11:30. Well, the line is 4.5 now. What should I do? I can't answer that question, guys. Either join the VIP service and get the number at Wizards -3, or you got to make that decision yourself. Who got 4? Who got 4.5? You guys can't expect me to answer every one of those DMs. And I'm not trying to be nasty with you guys. It's just you're putting me in a bad position. You're taking up my time. I've given you another opportunity. You get the text message. You get it literally as soon as I send it out. So I mean that's the way to go. You can't ask me, oh well, that line's not there. Should I buy it down? You know how I feel about buying numbers. If you miss the number, you miss the number. So
don't miss the number, guys. Get that VIP service for only $10 more. I mean, $30 a week. A lot of these cappers out here are just blindly picking games.
Excuse me, Ben. One step. It's $39.99, so it's not $10 more. And guys, I'm not trying to. I got some guy was DMing me today, and I told him, look, it depends. If you're a really small bettor, it might not be worth it to you. I'm not trying to push you to it, but all I'm trying to do is you can't bomb me. Well, this is the number now. Same thing with the Lions game. If you didn't get 9, now you want to get it after the Roethlisberger information comes out and it's 6. Well, I'm not going to. You ask me, should I? Well, I don't have to bet it at 6. I bet it at 9. So, you're just putting me in a no-win situation. Either take the VIP service or I give you the information. You got to run with it from there. You got to make the decision. I'm sorry, Ben.
No worries. My bad for mistaking that. But I was just saying, I mean, the VIP service, getting the plays at the best line possible, getting the most edge possible, that's the way you're going to beat the bookies. So it's definitely worth it. And I think this last week showed for it. I mean, 19-1 in NBA and 4-1-1 in NFL is pretty damn good if you ask me. So
yeah, that's not a bad week. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Go check what people are asking, and they're assholes. I mean, I gotta lay it out there. Some of them might be nice guys. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't give you a breakdown. Go bet the Rams. Rams in over and Rams over parlay. Oh, great. How many guys lost their fucking balls with the Tampa Bay yesterday? But money line Tampa Bay and over. What was the other big one that they got killed? Look, they're all jokes. But go see what they're charging. There's guys out there charging $200 a week. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to mention no names. But I give you my word on my kids and grandchildren that I've got guys that are in the business that are asking me who my games are. And I know who they are because I also have them every time somebody signs up. I get a message from PayPal, and I get their names, and I know who they are. So I've got other guys that are out there on Instagram that are taking my plays and giving them out as their own. Look, they're paying. I don't care. This is how good I am. Go see what they charge. Go shop around. They're worthless. That's burning money. It brings me back to when I first turned the site into a pay-to-view site. I got some kickback from some guy saying, oh, now you're going back on your word. You're saying anybody that paid for plays is a sucker. And that's not what I said, and I'll say it again. What I said was anyone that pays these fake cappers for their plays is a sucker. There's no fake here. Guys, I got over 40 years of experience in here. I showed you guys when I can smell out a phony, when they're moving the line in the wrong direction. We put in the hours. Like I said, Saturday night, we're up here, halftime. We're getting the information on the Celtics out to you. We're getting late injuries to let you know in a Golden State game. Last week, Ingram's out. Okay, let's go with Golden State. The other night, Dre's in. Let's go with Golden State over the Bulls. Don't stop working. No, this is a service. Nobody else does this for you. $39.99 for the VIP service. That's cheap compared. Look, a jerk off like Stu Fine to get $69 to tell you bullshit. Go check us out. Compare us. Be a great shopper. Comparative shopping. You're not with this record. You're just not.
Stu Feiner the other day, he was giving out the Jets plus 10 when they were plus 13.
Yeah, yes.
See that video?
It was his mortal luck. I saw that.
Yeah, so funny.
I watch their show for amusement, and I try to take I like to watch the Mortal Lock show. So they were hoping to go 3-0 because I think all the records have 3-6 or worse going into last week. So they had to win one because Stu Feiner went with the Jets, but Dave went with Buffalo. So they had to win one. So one of them two had to win. But I mean, look, the guy's a complete joke. Barstool itself is what it is. It's for goofs. You know what I mean? He's repulsive. He's a jerk off. If he's on for laughs is one thing, but to actually pay him for his picks is just like I said, and that's $69, guys. My website, $19.99. Okay, with previews, reasons why you should or shouldn't bet a certain team, or you want the VIP service, $39.99. Best deal around, especially this week. Ain't beating that this week.
Yeah, definitely not. Someone's asked me to link the stream. I don't think I can do it without exiting the live, but it's in our bio. If you go to our bio on Instagram, there's that Bet Center live stream link right there, and then you can find us there tonight.
All right, so you gave out your plays, right, Ben? Is like we said, he's 4-1 with his college bets, and hopefully you guys are following Ben on his live stream. Let's make that grow a little bit. And if there's, I can't believe none of you guys want to jump in. I'm really shocked. I thought we'd be getting a lot of guys every night that wanted to come, pop on, talk about what they've done, especially during this 19-1 NBA run. Nobody wants to come on and toot their horn, tell us how much they won, send a little Christmas present, whatever.
Yeah, can you guys in the comments below, can you guys list, if you're comfortable, how much you're up this week on a 19-1 run? I want to just see some figures. I want to see proof to people who aren't members. If you're paying $20-$40 a month for the VIP, making that money back tenfold.
For sure. All right, guys, if we got any more questions there, Ben. If not, we'll wrap it up. Got a big NBA card today. Like I said, guys, I had one early bet this morning. I already told you what it was. I just told everybody we had the Wizards -3. That game's presently sitting at 4 and 4.5. I did make another bet, so how to beat the bookie members. Excuse me. If you're not a VIP member, check the website. There's one more bet. And, hey, we got 2 late games tonight. The 10-10 starts Toronto-Portland. So we'll be on top of that game right up until post time. To see what the injuries are in that game. And if there's anything happening, we'll let you guys know. We'll be back here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Anything else, Ben?
Let's make some money. Marquette +8 in North Texas on the money line.
Let's make some money, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys then.